All right.
And I'm not saying
Welcome to the BearThoughts podcast. We do this every Wednesday at 5 o'clock BC time here at BearThoughts channel. Hope you all have a good day and hope you have a good night so far. And hope you've been here to join us and be in the chat. Can we get it clear on the audio? Audio is good, so we're good to go. Sorry if anything happens. I have been watching my podcast because I always watch them after the stream. At least some part of it. Know how to stop it. Every now and then, like it will stop and then it'll pick back up, and I'm not getting like any notification about it. So if that happens at any point, I'm sorry. I do not know how to stop it, and it has to be on YouTube side because I have nothing telling me, hey, you just lost signal altogether, and now it's back. It
Hey,
just
Stealthy said we just had that happen just for a brief second just now.
well, that's no good. Dang it. Oh, I don't know where to stop it. My internet's clear. Got nothing else open other than OBS. That's it. And then other than that, it's just Discord, of course. But like my internet over 1 gigabyte internet. I just tested out speed. I don't really know. Then again,
no. Listen to me and listen to me carefully, sweetheart.
uh-huh.
Okay. Your download speed does not affect your upload.
Okay, my upload was 77.
77 megs.
You should be doing better than me or Corvo then.
Yeah, you should be.
You should not even be jittering the way you do.
There shouldn't be any jitter.
Yeah, I know. It's
Your
kind of confusing.
upload is from you to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our streaming. That's us is upload.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the number you need to pay attention to.
Okay.
Well, remember how we were saying that his picture sometimes cuts out and freezes?
Right.
That shouldn't happen.
That shouldn't happen. Nope.
So I don't really know what what is causing it. 77 megs is higher than I used to have in my old place. I had like 24.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
fantastic. That's fantastic for upload.
But that's why we're saying there's something funky going on.
I wonder if it's a modem. Honestly, like I keep on saying this. I don't know about this modem. I know they gave it to you free. My modem's way better. They just won't allow me to use it because they changed up the code or whatever it was called for what allow access to the internet. I hate it. I sitting on this modem that's damn amazing, and yet I can't use it. Oh, and I don't want to buy me another one. I spent so much money on that one. But anyways, I hope you're having a fun time. Sorry you talked about my our complaints about my internet speed. I hope I have it fixed someday, but right now I don't get the means to do that. But
Listen, man, you could be sitting on stitching, so I don't want to hear shit.
Yeah, I know. You're still dealing with that. Me and Stealthy had a little conversation yesterday about your ordeal. I don't know how you could do it, honestly.
We'll talk about that later after stream.
Yeah, anyways, okay, so as per usual, it's gonna be a topic based. Y'all seem to be enjoying this, but if you ever want to join in the conversation, be in the chat, be there to be ready to come to talk with us. And as always, we have Corvo with us today. How you feeling this evening?
I'm here. I'm sore, but I'm here.
And of course, the disembodied, you already heard the disembodied Stealthy. And we're gonna be talking about today, does a hard game make it a good game? Meaning, the meaning is, does a game have to be difficult? Does it have to be hard in order for you to enjoy it? Does a game needs to be brutal and upfront, whooping your keister every step of the way in order for you to have fun with the video game? Is that good for the consumer? And that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm pretty sure Corvo and I might be on the same degrees here, but there's some people out there, we're hoping maybe change your mind, that will not agree with this and say the contrary to our statement. So we're going to jump into that. And of course, if you ever want to join some of our socials down there below, and of course, we have a message from someone today. So give him room, everybody. He's coming. Bring it in, dude. Come on. Yeah, okay.
Oh, come on!
What the heck you got there?
Almost there. Okay.
What is that? What is it?
This is our charts.
Oh, okay.
Our subscriber charts.
Oh.
Yeah, not that good. Only 30-some of you are not subscribed. Come on, guys. I thought we'd already been through this. Hit the subscribe button. And he wants to do it. It's free.
What did I tell you about
I'm like gas right now. Liking
He
is
comes in when he
free.
wants to.
He lives with
Leave
you.
a comment,
pet,
free,
okay?
How
I
off
think.
I am.
A pet.
Come on.
Shit. I got pets. And they don't
Let me just
drag
get a
the
little closer.
stats out on
Let me
screen.
get a little closer.
What do you do with
Move this
this?
trap out the way.
Oh God, now he's getting closer to the screen.
Okay, I'm coming. What's it?
Where you
Almost
going?
there.
Get back here.
Throw him a hot dog.
Here we go.
Oh, your screen's doing nothing again,
Look at
Corvo.
this.
Oh.
37% of you
Oh,
are
hot
not
dog.
subscribed.
Sometimes you need to keep
Let's
that
fix that.
private, dude. It's embarrassing.
Come on, honestly, guys, I'm just getting tired of hearing Grubby complain.
Oh, screw you.
Being sad. Come on, let's
I'm
make it
sad.
say.
You're
Let's make
sad.
that 100% subscribed. So
That would be nice.
close.
That would be nice.
What? I
You
mean,
got it?
come on, man.
Yeah, okay, so I'm done here.
Can you
Hit
go
the
now?
subscribe button.
Dude.
Leave a comment below.
Dude.
Yeah, whatever. Bye. Yeah, I'm
Go.
gone. I'm gone. Bye.
What?
Go.
Just want to show them something.
What-
Yeah, you showed him. Bye. Bye. Okay. Hey everybody, that was Grumpy Bear and out the house, and Corvo's having a problem with his camera, so he'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know if
told
he's a,
you, every time you let him in the room, something on my end screws up.
I don't know if he's a
Keep him
pest
out.
or pet,
Keep him out.
or he doesn't pay no rents. He don't do nothing. At least he's doing something. Oh God, that guy. I love him, but he's a handful. All right, so I would like to start the conversation, but I kind of need a Corvo presence.
I'm coming, damn it. I'm coming. Give me a minute. There we go.
There we go. Okay, so
Okay.
the conversation came up in two parts for me. And that's where the idea came from this podcast. The conversation piece were twofolds. New game, Elder Ring, being like a hard game, and it's known to be hard, right? It's known to be
Yep.
challenging difficulty and will whip your butt every single way. And people love that. And then, of course, the old classic game, World of Warcraft. I know that might be a game you might not be too familiar with, but it's getting to the point where the devs are making the raids so hard, not even a normal player that doesn't have every single hour of the day can beat it, but only the top one echelon of players can beat
Right.
it. And then they need like 5 or 15 mods to help them
Well,
beat it.
So here's my opinion on this. That's bullshit.
Mm.
Okay, that's bullshit. Okay, yes, there needs to be a degree of difficulty in this. Every game needs a little degree of difficulty, but there should never be a point in any game development where only like the top 1% is capable of completing something.
Yeah,
That's not
Unless it's just on an extremely
that's
difficult
that's
mode.
not okay unless it's a extreme difficulty mode that's designed to make you play to become part of that 1%.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so there's a pretty much a free easy to win one, but they haven't released it yet because they want the other modes to go through first. It's pretty much like hey, if you just want to experience the story, here's this mode. Like that's what it is. Then there's normal, which is like the average day guy. Then there's heroic, which is like, hey, you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, and that's the one people can't really beat at all unless you're upper echelon right now, which should not be yeah, it's challenging, but it should not be top 1% just to be beaten normal. And then there's mythic, which is supposed to be for the top 1% yet, and the top 1% people are having a hell of a time beating that. Now, someone did beat it, but it also needs so many mods to help them beat it.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Let's be honest. When we log into a game, why are you logging into that game?
To win.
Most people log into the game to feel like they're accomplishing something.
Yeah.
Okay? You're doing something. If you're not capable of accomplishing something or doing something, how quickly are you likely to set your controller, your mouse, your keyboard to decide and say, fuck this, I'm going to find something else? Because it's not fun. It is not fun getting your ass handed to you out the gate the whole time. It's just not.
Yeah, like people are having hard times for others, and of course they can always have the excuse, well, the game's laggy or my mouse didn't really pick up that much.
Here's an example.
Mm.
Okay, let's say you're playing Genshin, but the first boss you run up next to is at the power level of Ball godlike in the last battle that you did with her.
Yeah, right at the
I mean, how
gate.
quickly would you be like, well, fuck this. I can't do this.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a learning curve, right? You know,
I mean, like, I'm gonna tell you, if I'm level 10, bitch pulls out a sword the size of a continent, I'm done.
yeah, and of
I'm
course,
done. Fuck that.
if I was playing like get you an impact, and I run to I see my first mob. You know, most people in their mind, they're kind of built for it, right? They're gonna run into that mob, going, "All right, I'm starting my adventure. Here we go. I'm gonna be this amazing hero." And then I proceed to get my ass kicked for 10 to 15 minutes by that first mob I meet. I would be furious because
I mean, imagine running up to a slime and you're like level 10 and this bitch is like level 90. You'd be like, whoa.
now, if I'm supposed to die, 'cause there's some games out there you're supposed to die, right? To like teach you, you know, a lesson. You might want to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more calm, and get used to it. I get that, but usually they don't. They gradually get you up there, and I think some people just when it comes to Elder Ring, they already know in the back of their mind. Okay, this game is it's on hard mode. It's not a mythic. It's on hard mode. So I need to take my time. I need to beat it. The game is designed to teach you to take your time. It wants you to win. But sometimes the mods will hit you so hard they one shot you. Like literally, you have all great gear on, you have the good weapon, and a mob comes up, hits you one time, you automatically die. I don't think that's good.
It's like that with Destiny. When you first start playing Destiny, if you fuck up, you will die quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because your first rifle in D1 is an AR. You're fighting you're fighting aliens with plasma rifles, okay? Running into a mob of them, you already know is a bad idea. Okay. So you back the fuck up, you take your time, you plink your targets off, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You build yourself up to that. But still you're capable of doing it. But at the same time, if I had started Destiny, they'd have handed me that rifle. I'd have been behind cover and somebody started lobbing grenades that killed me one shot. I had no way to recover from it. I'd have been done right then. I'd been like, I can't do this. This is no fun.
So you would probably say one-shot mechanics are bad thing in video games, right?
To me, one-shot mechanics are bad things. Well, here, let me put it like this. One-shot mechanics are bad if they're implemented at the beginning of a game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, if you've been playing this game for 6 months, you've built your character, you've been putting good gear on them, and the boss is the boss, it's supposed to be the boss, that's a different story for me.
So
okay?
one-shot mechanics on bosses are still fine because I don't like that. Honestly, like if I mess up one time, punish me, but not like instantly kill me.
Well, what I mean by that is, so you're playing the boss.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, if you've been playing 6 months on this character, you know what you're capable of. You by now should know what that boss is capable of because I mean they've been telling you about it all the way through the story up to it, right?
Yeah.
You should have an idea that I don't need to stand directly in front of this fucker when she throws a plasma ball at me. I'm going to die.
Yeah,
okay?
you need to move.
You need to move, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That, if you're stupid enough to stand there for that, that's a one-shot mechanic that I'm not going to complain about because you stood there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I'm hiding behind cover and that thing hits somewhere in the vicinity, okay, yeah, I'll take some damage, but don't one-shot me off of that.
Yeah,
Like,
and
make it balanced to where, yes, if I'm obviously in the open, it should kill me. But if I'm hiding behind cover, I take, less damage.
okay.
If you do that for me, I'm happy. But don't start the game with one-shot mechanics where the littlest mob just walks up and goes, "Hi, Grumpy, pink."
Yeah, okay, but like sometimes in Elder Scrolls, some mobs where we normally fight it, they will take a chunk of your health away, and sometimes I watch literally some people just get just bit, and their health go from full health to 0 and dead, as if it's like a random, like a crit, right? It's like a random thing, but you don't really know it's going to be a crit. So you're not, you mess up. It's like, oh, I'll be close to dead. I need to be cautious. But like, oh, crit, I'm automatically dead. I'm like,
So the thing with that is that's just them trying to make the game mechanics more relatable to life.
Mm.
So let's say me and you are playing paintball, right?
Yeah.
And normally I hit you in the chest, you're a little sore. But if I hit you 3 times in the chest, that third time you're gonna hurt like a son of a bitch. You're liable to go down. Okay,
Yeah.
same shot, same place, crit damage because it's critical at that point. You're hurting. So it's them trying to make the game more true to life. And that doesn't bother me so much. What bothers me is when they start out the gate and every hit is a one hit kill. And all you can do the entire time is run and try to stay alive.
Yeah, it's pretty much a
You know-
bullet hell, I would say. But like in World of Warcraft, I was watching. Sorry, South there, but I want to get my thought here. In World of Warcraft, on the second boss, there's several mechanics as a one shot, and it's the second boss out of like 8 or 9 bosses in it. Second
Right.
boss, and this is on hard, not mythic. And you need the mods in the game just be able to like know where to move, because like yeah, it kind of shows you, but there's so much stuff happening on the screen, you really can't you can't pay attention to all the mechanics that are happening because it's so hard. So many things are going, and pay attention to that one other mechanic that gets one shot. You need all these mods to help you coordinate yourself to pretty much play the game for you, to tell you where to get out the way, or you're gonna die in one shot. And one character dies in the raid, the entire raid is pretty much done for.
And I get that. I understand that. I mean, it's understandable. I mean, you don't want to be in the situation to where with one shot kills, but more like over over
Overtuning.
over busying the scene. I
Mhm.
guess would be the best way to understand it. Put small mobs out there to support the boss, but don't drop so many mobs. It's like a fucking tidal wave. I mean,
Well,
how are you gonna make it?
everything on the screen is so like everything's happening so much. It looks like 4th of July. Like there's
Yeah.
so many things. Like I used to be an old class raider. I used to play, for everybody who's out there, I beat all the bosses all the way up to Illidan and Burning Crusade. I beat it on hard mode, not like easy mode, hard mode. I beat all the way up to not Illidan, but the Lich King before the patch ended. I beat all the way up to him on hard mode, not 25 man because we didn't have enough people that day. But 10 man, I beat him, so I was there. I beat all the way up to not Death Knight, but Deathwing on hard mode. I was there before Legendary, and that was pretty hard, but it was achievable. Like it was doable. I didn't need a bunch of UI.
Manageable, basically.
Mhm.
You were capable of achieving that goal.
I could see what's happening and going, okay, that's what's happening. I need to now move. It was
Right.
it. That was simple.
Make it achievable.
Mm-hmm. Seth, you had a thought there, and I want to get yours in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. One of the things with the one hit shots, the ones that aggravate me the most are the ones with the biggest hitboxes. Like it doesn't matter where you go, you're fucked. Like for example, and baby, I love you, don't hurt me. But Final Fantasy VIII Ultima moves.
Oh, yeah.
Or like
That's a big ass fucking hitbox. Like you don't want to be
Final Fantasy VII Ultima Weapon.
Yeah, that's a big hitbox too.
Like it don't matter where you go. There's no dodging that shit. It's there.
Not enough time to move out the way, and it's so big. Even if you start running,
it's AOE the screen. Basically.
Oh.
You know, it's like you don't. There's no running. It's like with Ruby weapon in 7.
That's what
if Ruby decides that it's gonna do its ultimate attack, nowhere on the screen is safe. There's nowhere for you to go. You're going to get hit. You know, there's nothing you can do. And the thing is those hitboxes that size suck.
Yeah,
okay?
if it's a random,
Now,
it's a random crit.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that didn't have to make a lot of players get innovative and get better and learn skills that they didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, guys, for fucking real. You
Okay,
know?
so if they were to say, for let's say put all example here, that was a inbox. So you need to start thinking now when it's still like you won't get, let's say for all sake of purpose, one shot. How to prevent taking the damage.
Right.
Or how to negate it in some way.
The thing with that particular boss is people literally had to come up with a strategy
on the spot
of putting up. You had to put the right material on all your characters. so that even if all of them went down, they come back.
Did they teach you
Okay?
that before, or is it just
No,
like
they
a?
don't teach you that. That shit you have to learn while you're playing the game. So like you have to have like W summon, while you have to have revives. You have to put all those on the right thing and anticipate it, so that when you die, this person revives with W summon. W summon goes off automatically, which casts the GF that resurrects everybody else in the team. The next person has heal all maximum, so everybody gets healed, and it goes in a waterfall effect. But if you don't set that shit up like that, you're done. AoE damage, the screen, everybody's dead, start over.
Even if you don't do that, there is a point where if you do a specific amount of damage to one area and it thinks it's gonna die or something like that, instead of because you've only done it to that one area, it wipes you.
It will wipe you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to learn to spread your damage out on that one. Because if you focus on this one spot and it's like, oh shit, my left pinky's about to die, everybody dies.
Oh.
You had to spread that shit out across all 10 digits.
And even then, it'll still fucking wipe you.
You know, you just have to. It's one of those things. I'm not saying it doesn't make you better, but I'm saying, damn guys, you could cut us a break. I mean, shit.
Yeah, like with all those steps needed to take just to beat one boss, just for one mechanic. One mechanic, I'm understanding. And you need 5 or 10 mechanics to beat that one. That's a little overtuning. I get they want you to lose, but player error, you need to, in my opinion, you need to account for the player error. That's gonna happen. They're gonna fuck up. And that's too many.
I played that fucker so much that I am building materia for him from the jump. So that I am ready when I get there. And anybody else that doesn't do that, you're screwed by the time you get there. Thank you. You'll spend hours there. I'll be done in 10 minutes and move on.
Now imagine, right? You learned that game. They put that game online. Then someone makes mods to help you with that boss. They do that to make the mods help you with that boss, understand things, and help you prevent the things. And then the developer goes, okay, you making mods to make this game harder? We're going to make more things harder in that one boss. That to me is just, why would you want to do that? But at the same time, why are you allowing for, let's say, mods in the game if that's going to be the outcome of it all? It's like just don't allow for the mods at all.
Right. Yeah, don't fuck us up because somebody went and wrote a bunch of mods. That's a mod. Hey, I learned old school, bitch. I come up with shit inside your game to beat it. Don't punish me.
Now, Elden Ring does great on it because to me, mods are what pushes the game and keeps it alive for how long it has been now. And I'm sure if Nintendo was on a PC, there'd be mods for Nintendo Switch, Breath of the Wild, and I would probably love it. But let the game play out its course first, then you can mod it. And of course, I'm not saying people are modding Elden Ring. I'm just saying Elden Ring is the exception. Does a hard game make a good game? Because it's not really a hard, and the idea of it has just, well, there's some, in my opinion, one-shot mechanics. I don't really like them. If I go to a mod and I've fought like 10 or 12 times before, and I never got one shot by it, maybe took 2 or 3 bites to kill me or whatever. But if it comes up to me one time, I'm full health and one shot for me, I might be a little annoyed because after all the progress I made, I like that one time, that might be a little annoying.
Right. I mean, what you look at that point, you're like, I've been playing this game for this amount of time. Mm-hmm. I've never had this mob do this to me. Y'all reworked the mobs, and now mobs that I was killing on the regular are just slapping me down to the dirt. How is that fair?
How's that fun?
It's not. Which is why when like Genshin did their new area, the trial area, the 3 pathways, I was happy that they purposely let you know in this area, these guys, they're gonna be hefty. They're gonna be the normal characters, but they're gonna be hefty. They let you know this area is where we're doing it. So you didn't run in there thinking, oh, Healy troll, and then get smacked down to death and be pissed off because you were warned. You go in this area, they're hefty. I don't mind that approach to it.
Yeah.
But don't go out there and massively update everything in the wide open like gamescape, and then suddenly mobs I was killing day one are slapping me down like I'm little dogs, you know?
Yeah, they had a multiple step progress. For anybody that
Right.
never played Genshin Impact, let me explain it to you. It's pretty much like a normal game in a lot of aspects, but there's a caveat to this. Certain areas didn't go with you at, let's say, beginning. You might have a little harder time defeating them, or they might kill you. Right? It's just straight up, they might kill you if you're not prepared for it. But it wasn't a one shot, but it was a little harder. Think normal mode, heroic. They were like between it. They were between heroic and normal. They weren't like heroic mode.
And a lot of games have adopted that. Like Destiny did that. Like when you started out, the mobs you started out were manageable. But if you fucked up and made that turn into that right hand corridor, there were people in there you wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
They weren't everywhere. They were in select places. You had to get yourself ready for those areas.
And some people might were like, I want those the very beginning to be in that mid area, which some people, I've heard people say, Genshin Impact is easy, and I don't think you're understanding, but I get what you're saying. But I don't think you're quite understanding. The game doesn't want to beat you down right at the get go. It's meant for everybody. That includes kids. They don't want to scare you away. They want you to stick around. So if they beat the heck out of you, a lot of you might run away.
We just talked about this. My 11-year-old is doing fantastic right now in this game. He's 11. It's meant for everybody. They didn't want him to log in and then smash his dreams right out the gate. That's not how you do things.
Yeah, and at a certain point, it will get harder, and that's what I like about it. The mobs will scale up with your level and your world level, and that to me is a great design. It shows like, hey, this is how much time you played in this game. We're gonna increase your difficulty now. You've been here around a while now. Harder now. Here it comes.
Yeah, it's a 2-tier checklist. There's 2 ways to confirm that you're ready for it. It's not like it's just saying, "Oh, your character level's this will amp up the mobs." No, your character level has to get to that, and your world level before your mobs amp up. You have to meet both criteria. To me, that's a great system. That's a double checklist. If you're not ready when you achieve both of those, then that's not the game. That's not the game's fault. That's your skills.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so let me ask you, from since you've been playing this game for a while, and it took me forever to get you on it, and as you said prior to the podcast, which I keep on telling everybody else, try the game out. It is fun. It has a lot of potential, especially for those who are just getting into the game. You have so much to do. But at your point where you are, have you ever been like completely wiped out, other than on a boss, like completely like all your characters dead?
No.
Would you want your characters to get close to there? Sometimes I do wish that some bosses would put me down to like the wire a little bit, just like a little bit.
I've had bosses do that, but never open world like just mobs.
Yeah, like I want my mobs, like the mobs maybe hit one of my characters and like put me down to 2. So I'm thinking off my feet and trying to move around and them chase me, and a little bit, but not to the point where I'm just straight everybody's dead unless I go to a boss. And then I've had to happen to me like 4 or 5 times, maybe.
Right.
And it didn't count.
Okay, now, I mean, the only time I've ever been like that has been in a boss. And ironically, both of those times had to do with that beautiful thing that swings an electric sword.
I died to the water fairy a couple times because I didn't know how to beat it. And that was me learning. And then I think I got wiped out by the Ragan Shogun prior to her doll form because the game literally bugged out on me. I was running around for 5 minutes and I could not do damage to her. It was like earlier, and they released later on, there's a bug on her, and I was like, okay, wasn't me. It does happen, and I felt vindicated. But like it was very annoying, and I get it, right? Well, while I as a player find it annoying, if I was a viewer, if I was for a streamer, this is where I'm going to go here now. As a streamer, it's funny sometimes to see the streamer fail or get his ass whooped or whatever. It could be.
This is true. This
could-
is true.
it
Which
could
is
be-
why they love their Halo videos so much, because I got my ass handed to me a lot.
I have somebody told me that Halo is in difficulty and it's not hard and it's not on the same level with Elden Ring when it comes to a challenging game because there's just so much variation and I was like I had to agree to disagree, but
Yep.
I thought Halo was a lot of fun, but people like it's not like Elden Ring where you're dying all the time. Like I was dying left and right as far as I remember in that game. But it wasn't by one-shot mechanics.
We were both dropping.
Yeah, it wasn't by one-shot mechanics or BS, or I wasn't like deliberately going somewhere. I got myself killed a couple times, but it wasn't by jumping off the cliff or going into a boss fight and thinking I could handle it, handedly, and then getting my ass, handed to me. I didn't need to. I knew I was gonna get my ass kicked. I wasn't there to play off like, oh, I could beat it one shot, not a problem.
Right.
And I was like, from a viewer standpoint, that is a great game because you have this tension, you have some hilarity, you see this person struggling, and it's funny to you because you're thanking God it's not you. But if you were playing it, it would be you. Let's just be real here.
Yeah.
It would be you. So,
I mean, it's like that one boss that technically there were times when it did one-shot you.
mm,
He didn't keep moving in Halo Infinite on Legendary mode.
The sword wielder.
yeah.
Because you made me play it.
Yeah,
It's not fun.
yeah. The sword is like kind of known as that one thing that you should beware because the sword in Halo is that it's almost the legendary weapon in the game. It's not like the only one, but it's pretty much known throughout the entire span of Halo. Sword wielders are to beware, or snipers. Snipers and sword wielders are just bazookas. Of course, there's a couple weapons in the game that you should beware, but this guy, when we were fighting the first boss we fought, like we didn't know he had a shotgun and a grenade launcher, and that wasn't legendary, but it was still like taking us out handedly. So we had to think of interesting ways to try to circumvent and his three mobs around us, and it was a challenge that was beatable. We knew it was beatable because a game is supposed to be what? Beaten. So, if that's the case, then the struggles will be there, but you eventually win. That we, like you said, beginning, it's made to make us feel like we're achieving something. We are beating something that someone else put forth to us as if it was a challenge. I bet you couldn't do blank, and then you do blank.
Right.
And that's how video gamers, we want to feel like we are achieving something, either in video games or in real life. Because a lot of us, let's be honest here, I don't know how many people in real life can achieve the things they want to achieve, like they can in video games. Because
Right.
It's not going to be there. And of course, no one's teaching you, giving you a tutorial on how to do life.
Yeah, no, you don't get born and they go, "Oh, welcome to the world. Here's your handbook."
Yeah,
Doesn't work that way.
Don't worry, we'll teach you every step up to life to succeed and beat the challenges of your life as that is life until you die, because that's guaranteed. And video games, you feel like you are overachieving those goals and make yourself better, and it feels gratifying. If you play a game of solitaire, even then, it's a game that has rules and you can beat it. You just have to outwit and outsmart it until you win. And once you win, it feels good. So
Yeah.
I think for streamer games, I get hard games are good. But that's even while there's a look at my stream going, oh, he's not losing all the time. So therefore, this game is boring. Like, losing all the time or some of the time. There's a difference in that. And I think you should want someone to eventually win. You don't want to see someone dying for 5 hours, 10 hours, like watching, like it's again, bringing back the World of Warcraft. Yes, baby. You don't want to be watching someone raid in a stream in World of Warcraft for 5-6 hours and all you see them is lose.
Right.
How's that fun?
Right. Like that indie battle that she had to deal with. That shit was getting beyond funny to, all right, this is stupid.
Yeah, this is getting old. This is getting boring. This is gone from ha 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 to oh damn, that's kind of bullshit.
Okay, stream. In case you're wondering, Yamiko has come to visit.
Yeah, that's one of their new puppies. And they got a pointer as well. And
Did you escape?
Yeah, because I heard her by herself. She was in the hallway.
You escape.
and then the last one I have to go with here
That's
is
ridiculous where she's at.
are hard games good for the consumer?
No.
I would say handily no. If the consumer is supposed to be like you're a consumer, and the consumer would rather be hey, I'm a consumer that wants to play hard games. I want to be a consumer that plays easy games, or I want to be a consumer that's a middle game. You would hit all three aspects. You gotta make it where they can still beat it, even if it's hard. You still gotta be able to beat it. Even if they outwit you, they still gotta beat it. And at the same time, you need to teach the consumer how to play your game, or
Right.
just like what Corvo said, this consumer's gonna put the controller down and walk away, and probably ask for a refund. Honestly. And I think what's the problem with a lot of games nowadays, that people play hard games and don't speak with their wallets going, hey, I didn't like that. That was not fun. Let's stop that, please. And there's just like, if you don't, I won't put no money in your game, or I will refund it. Something like that. If I played Elder Ring and I went to my first mod and I get immediately one shot, I might be ticked off, but I know what I'm getting myself into. But if I walk into Super Mario and a Koopa just walks into me and I get one shot, right off the gat, and I have like 2 health and it knocks me down to from being tall to small to dead, one shot, I might be like, nope, I'm here to win. I'm not here to lose. Why is a Koopa taking that one shot?
Yeah.
Nintendo does a pretty good job at that, making the game hard. Breath of the Wild is a good example. Still hard bosses. It's challenging. People like watching that game. I know people like watching Breath of the Wild. So why can't games be challenging within the idea of knowing the players that has some errors and teach you how to play the game, even though you should know how to play the game, yet you still die? I think that shows proof that it could be a streamer game. It could be a hard game. And it could still be a easy, fun game, just not at all aspects.
Agreed.
So, that is. You think of any other games out there that like shows the example of a hard game, but yet it is still gratifying?
Darksiders 3?
Darksiders 3.
Okay, so
it is extremely hard if you run it at the hard difficulty, but it is beatable, and you do feel gratified when you finish it.
I was so happy.
However, if they had tweaked it any more, it would have been on the other side of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I don't even want to. There's another mode that's harder.
There's
than that.
One of my favorite games. There is the ability you can complete it in 3 different ways. Okay, Dishonored. You can complete it by killing everybody, which is extremely easy.
Yeah.
You can complete it.
It seems extremely easy at the beginning.
You can kill it. You can complete it by not killing anybody, but allowing yourself to be seen. Moderately difficult to difficult. Or you can try to do Ghost, which means you don't kill anybody and you're not seen the entire game. That is stupid difficult.
Hey, sir, welcome back, dude. Sorry, but okay, so is it a self-imposed challenge, or is it actually like, hey, we are tracking what you're doing in the game?
No, they literally, you get rewards for completing it in those 3 different ways.
Okay, so you reward the players for the challenges.
One of the rewards is you also get different endings based on the way you played it.
Ah, okay. So the player has like 3 ways of playing the game each time.
Right. So like if you kill everybody, you end up making Emily an evil empress.
Camera
because
froze.
She learns from you that killing fuckers is okay.
Okay.
If you play it and you don't kill anybody and you're seeing some, she's a for the people type of Empress, maybe not the best, but for the most part for the people. But if you do it Ghost and nobody dies, she is the people's champion. Okay? She will do anything and everything for her people, no matter come hell or high water. And that's one of your payoffs. You get accomplishments in the game for that. You get the next time you start a file, you get to start with added benefits that you didn't have. Like you may start with 4 or 5 bone charms that you would have had to work your ass off to get.
So New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So there's
So
not only there's not only rewards for making you do challenges in the game and make you do different for different
Right.
endings. And in order to get to next new the other endings, you have to play through the game again and
Right.
achieve those goals. I'm kind of wondering if you get seen like one time as a script the entire thing. I would imagine not, right? It would just like, hey, you guys
Right.
you guys seen once or twice, not a big deal. And then you to play one more time to see the third ending. I like that. Reward the players for stepping up their game.
Which is one of the reasons I enjoy that game so much.
Solar Pack. I don't remember Solar Pack. I remember Toast, but not Solar Pack. I'm sorry, but that's a name I'm sorry, you've been a while, so I forgot your name. Okay, I get that. Now, for me, another game would be a difficulty, and I thought about this when you brought it up. Ninja Gaiden. That game is infamous for being a challenging and difficult game.
But it is beatable.
But it is beatable. And people like it is known for being a challenging game, but it is beatable, but it is hard as can be. And unless you are, you're good at the game, you're gonna die a lot.
Yeah.
And you need to get, but some people say get good, but it still has to be beatable. And people still love that game.
Yeah.
Some people bought it. That game didn't get refunded at the wazoo. You didn't need mods to beat it, and you didn't need to show the developers it was a bad idea to make that kind of games. Of course, they kept on making games like that because then Elden Ring wouldn't be around right now. So it is definitely games where there is an audience for it. And I even want to try that. I never played any of those games before. I will say before, I think I might have played Ninja Gaiden before. I have the game. I know I have. I just looked at it yesterday, but I don't think I beat it at all. And I don't know if I'm gonna go back to play it, maybe someday. But I would play the Elder Scroll game because it looks like a lot of fun, even though it would have some mechanics that I personally wouldn't agree with. One-shotting. Again, if I go to Genshin Impact, I want to be challenged, but not immediately punished.
And on that note, I think too, what people have to take into account is, I think the game you choose, to play at that moment,
thank you.
is a big thing. So, like, if I want to come in and play a game that's kind of mind numbing, I don't really give a shit. I don't want to die a lot. I just want to do some stuff, feel like I'm doing something, but not have a lot to do. I've been known to get on Wizard 101 to do that shit.
Okay.
It's simple. I put some cards up, they do the attacks, I win or I lose, I move on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all there is to it. But now if I go and pick up, Halo Infinite campaign, then I'm asking for my ass to be in the situation where I'm gonna get toned up. Okay.
Yeah.
I think what you have to look at is not just does a hard game make a good game, but does different tiers of games, easier games, harder games, middle of the road games, does that make a good game pool? Because you want to be able to, depending on your mood, like when I play Genshin, I'm not looking to get my ass handed to me. Okay, I'm looking to have some fun, enjoy a good story, see some good artwork, have some nice characters, that kind of thing. I'm playing Halo Infinite. I'm probably pissed off with the world. I know I'm going to get the shit kicked out of me, but somebody's going down with me. I think people are so one-minded sometimes on what they consider good and bad. They don't consider how their choices can change. So, like, you may think, this one shot mechanic fucking sucks right now. I don't want to do this. But maybe you weren't really in the mindset to play that type of game that day. Maybe you were in the mindset to play Genshin. Okay. But on the days that you're in the mindset that I'm pissed off, I don't care if they take me down, I'm taking them down with me. Hell, that might be the perfect game for you to play.
Okay, so then it comes up to the idea of the starting point. Do you believe a game that ramps up to a hard game is more suitable for video games over the idea of choosing the difficulty of the game? Let's say you go to Halo Infinite and they have normal, hard, or legendary.
See, for me, I like my games to start out, and as I grow, it grows in difficulty. That's what I like. But I also know people that like the ability that out of the gate they can look at it and say, I feel like doing easy today because I want to play this game, but I don't want to get my ass handed to me. Or they come home and they're like, I'm feeling especially pumped up today. I think I can do this. I think I can take it. I want throw everything you got at me. Bring it on.
I want the big dopamines.
I want the big shit. I'm wearing the big boy pants today. I think that plays for a lot of people. I really do. I think that gives the consumer, as you were saying, the ability to take that one game and make it that pool of games I was just talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that having the pool out there is not a good thing, but having a game that has the ability to be all of those, whether it's I'm Cadillacing today, I'm middle of the road, or I'm ready for the hard shit, I think that's a great idea. It's a great innovation. It's something that I think plays well with the consumers. Although I don't think every game is developed in a way for that.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't say go out and make Genshin have an easy, a normal, and a hard. That wouldn't play to Genshin worth of shit. That's not how it's built. It's a story game. Okay? But any game that's like Darksiders, Bayonetta, stuff like that, put them different levels in there. That'll make somebody happy. Somebody might come home and say, I'm going to Cadillac through Bayonetta today. They may come home tomorrow and be like, hey, I'm wearing my big girl panties. I can take it. Throw everything you got at me. Boom. Bayonetta super hard. If that's what it takes and that makes people happy, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so there's a couple scales for this. Let's say you go into Dark Souls, there's no upscale, there's no downscales. Now, Genshin Impact, there's only one way of scaling it, and you can scale it down because, well, let's just say, like you might say, you might want to be a little easier today. You can scale, like for me, World 8 to World 7 to make it a little easier for me because I'm having a hard time with this one challenge. Some people don't like that. I get it because they want you to, like, hey, I don't want players to take the easy road. I want them to take the hard road because they should be able to do it. But then you go into the Elden Ring and it's like there's only one mode. That's legendary mode. There's no other mode. There's legendary. You can't scale it down, can't scale it up. It's just legendary mode, and that's it. But then you go play like something like Paper Mario, and there's only one mode. One mode.
Yeah.
It's a smooth sailing. You might have a little challenge, difficulty here and there, but it's a smooth sailing. While Elden Ring, you're like this and that, and some people like that's what they want. They want a clarified gap difference to show how big their Johnson is. Guess you might say. It's like, hey.
Some people want to say this game was this difficult. No matter how you played it, I beat it. Wham! There's my wang. That's what they want to do. But I personally think the ability to either select the difficulty or allow yourself to have a pool of games in different difficulty ranges is a much better way to go.
Yeah. But sometimes I do feel pretty good, though, when I go to a lower level area of someone else's world. Like, I'm level 8, I go down to a 2 or 3, and stuff they didn't get like that, but I enjoy the hell out of it, because it's like, I'm just going around one-shotting everything. I used to have difficult time with, like,
I felt the same way the first time I joined my kid's domain, his world, I was like, ooh, put my finger on you, put my toe on you. Look
Like
at
you
him
see the
throwing out.
progression, you see all the time and work you did. It was
I don't mind it. It's just that I was trying to learn the game. Originally.
Right. She's one of those people, even her, when she got into the kids, she was like, oh my God, I feel godly.
But I asked.
It is a nice thing.
Mm,
The difference is doing that because the other person doesn't care, then you're fine. But
mhm.
if the person's trying to learn, doing that doesn't help them.
Yeah.
You know, but
Which I
Soren literally begged me. He's like, Daddy, destroy them. I'm like, oh, okay, son.
Yeah, it's like okay. For one thing, when I played something, then I did choose my lowest level characters to try to stop doing it because after a while I was like, okay, I need to stop doing this. I tried to choose low character, which did not help because even my lowest level characters were still too strong. But at the same
Yep.
time, it's like little brother and like, all right, you got little brother playing, big brother. Big brother comes in and just like
let me tell you,
annihilates it.
you have no idea how many times I've heard Ethan.
Fiesta.
I've heard Ethan holler, "Soren, help me!" And then I hear, "Thank you, Soren." Soren's like, "No problem. Just call me when you need me."
Yeah, it
I'm
feels
like,
good because
It feels good. This thing over here sitting to my left towards you in the screen, she was Mama Bear from hell when we played Fiesta.
Mhm.
Anybody cried out, "Oh my God, they're destroying me!" Hold on, baby, I'll be right back. Let me put my cape on. Da, da, da. Smash!
Yeah,
And then it's like, she'd be back in like 2 minutes, and I'm like, "You're done?" "Yep, I'm done."
yeah,
It was just some level 65s.
yeah,
No problem.
just like you remember those challenging things and you remember those difficulties
Oh God,
and
yes.
hardships and like, oh my God, it's like after a while it goes from a fun game to a not so fun game. And that's
Right.
that was like me in World of Warcraft when I used to go to a certain area in World of Warcraft, you get introduced to PvP, and I got my ass handed to me like 3 against 1. And when I got a higher level, I made a mental reminder to myself: if anybody ever calls on me to go to that dang jungle to whip all their asses that were picking on another player, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna handily whip all their asses. And it
Yeah.
feels so good to do. Like, I
does.
remember the problem
It
you're having
does.
right now. I
It
remember
does.
that.
I mean, I remember at one point it got so bad that we were doing some PvP every now and then in Fiesta, and always the big people were beating the shit out of little people,
Uh-huh.
and they didn't give them half a fucking chance. And it got to the point where me and Stealthy literally wrote names, gamer tags down on a piece of paper. So we knew that when we got to that God mode level,
Uh-huh.
and somebody said, "Help, such and such keeps hammering me," we're like, "Bet, we're
Be
on our
there.
way." And then we would just smash them, and you just felt this electric field, like, it's so good to be me.
Yeah, and,
You
and
know?
that's some people don't like that. They want a solo player game because that was making it challenging. And Elden Ring, I think, does a good job of preventing that. Like, there's gonna be some people that want that hard challenge mode by themselves, but you can summon like little spirits to help you out, which is nice. But you can call on allies. There is a multiplayer for that game to help you with bosses that you may have a challenge with, and it would be nice to have your friend just join in the world and go, I got this. Give me
Hold
a
on
second.
just a minute. Hey, you big
Now,
fella.
in my defense, in Fiesta, usually what I did was I just kept them alive.
She would just show up and throw like godly heals.
Yeah.
So now this level 4 is whipping the hell out of this level 65, and they're just like, "Stop healing him! It's not fair." No, bitch, I remember when I was that level and you got on me.
Good luck killing me, but good luck killing him too. I think that's good. That's one of the reason why I want Genshin Impact to be a more of a multiplayer game, because I feel like that's make a fun experience. And when people are having a hard time, you go, bet I'll be there, and
Yeah,
then you can join their world.
Imagine if, okay, let's say my oldest runs into that latest boss battle with the doll, right?
Yeah.
And he's in there getting his ass whipped. Imagine if he could just type a message to Grumpy saying, "Grumpy, Dad's not here and I need help," and you could just show up like a freaking thunderbolt. Boom! Hold on, kid, I got this shit.
Yeah, it
You know?
feels good. You know,
it would feel great.
but if
I
he
mean,
joined in
but-
by himself, he would not be prepared for it at this very moment. He wouldn't be ready for it. He wouldn't know
Right.
what they'd be looking for. And then I could
Right.
join in. It would feel so
I
good.
mean, even if you didn't even attack the boss, even if you just join in with your healer, that's probably compared to his world level, you could cast a single heal and he's full healed every time. At that point, he has time to learn what he needs to do with this boss.
Yeah.
You know, and figure it out. It's just the feeling of being able to help someone. And I find that funny because people don't realize there are a lot of people that will help you in a game if you ask for it. But those same fucking people will see you broke down on the side of the road in real life and be like, I ain't stopping.
Yeah. And of
Fuck
course, some people might say, like, well, people will abuse that. People would over abuse that and pretty much hand someone else an easy path to victory, an easy path every time. But we will all know, all of us know that. So what we do, we don't hand feed them. We don't help them every single time because we
Right.
want them to know the burden of a challenge, the burden of
Like,
difficulty.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I was the world's worst when we played Fiesta with my archer. If
Mhm.
somebody hollered and said, I'm trying to take this boss out, but I can't do it for the mobs, okay, you can have the boss. I'll come kite those mobs and I will run in a fucking circle because I have aggro and they will follow me as long as I hit them every now and then and I could drop a shot behind me
Mhm.
and keep them on me. Then they had all the time they needed to figure out the boss mechanics, to do what they needed to do, how to fight them, and all that stuff. You don't have to do it for them to help them.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm not saying there wasn't a lot of P leveling in that damn game because Lord knows there was. There was plenty of people that would start out with like level 1 and you'd see like a fucking level 75 archer be in their party and you're like, yep, them bitches fixing to go kite. That bitch will be 50 before the night's out.
Yeah, and of course, at the same time, you don't want to walk someone through the entire game because you know when they hit the max level, they're not gonna know what to do at all. They're not gonna know how to play the game, and that's not
Right.
gonna help you out because at some point you're gonna probably play with that person that got walked through the entire game, and the game won't be no longer fun for you. It would literally be playing the game on hard mode. We want
Right.
to win. That's a whole point of a video game is to win, and if another player keeps you from winning, you're playing a hard mode and you don't
Yeah.
want to play it no more. You're walking away.
Absolutely.
So but World of Warcraft is a great example of that a lot of times because if you have 9 good players and there's one bad player, that's all it takes.
I mean, to me, that is a game
We'll say
I
this,
honestly think you would have enjoyed if you'd have played it.
Back in the day, yeah.
go around.
It's still there.
I will say this: in order for me to P level somebody, they have to have already a character that's up that level and that they played before.
Right.
And it's just that they deleted the character. Otherwise, I never did it. Fuck that shit.
So
No, because there's too many people that were like, "Oh well, clerics are so easy," blah blah blah, and then they would play a crappy ass cleric, and they had their cleric P level. They're like, "I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing." I'm like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah.
okay, so let's do a mind game here. Let's say you have a total of 25 players all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And the game punishes you on average for 2 players' mistakes. Does that make a fun thing and a fun thing to do if 2 players can wipe the entire 25 players? Or at what point do you think that more would be acceptable and then too much would just
I
be
think
easy mode?
I think it should be a percentage base, not a character to character base.
Uh-huh.
I think it should be based on the overall percentage of the party. So we're going to drop the percentage on everybody. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, like I've
I
seen
think
some raids where they're immediately resin them, like res them, or we lose. It's like it shouldn't be that way. Shouldn't be. I think you should allow for one player to die and go, "Don't worry, we can still win." Which they have won before, but it shouldn't feel like the player shouldn't feel that way.
Right.
But a percentage would be 25 or sorry, 25 of them. I would say what 5% of them could go down and it'd be fine. Or maybe
If
even
you go in with
80%.
25 characters, you should be able to lose 4 to 5 characters and not not be able to complete it.
Mm-hmm. Might be a little bit harder, right?
Oh, it'd definitely be harder. There would be a reason you need 25 characters, no doubt. But I don't think that losing, a third of your party should dictate whether you can complete it or not.
Mm-hmm. And then feel like, you have to have them up. And then, just one person, unless you're playing on the hardest difficulty there is, because you are aware you're about to get your ass handed to you. And
Right.
every
And at that point,
inch
you
counts.
made that choice yourself consciously, so you should have prepped for that shit before you went in there.
Yeah, well, you can't prep an Elder Ring. That's the only thing. Like, you can't prep for that game. You just go in and you find out the world. Then you realize your prep is you. You take your time. You really think about everything before you just run yourself face first into a wall that is a single mob at times. And I think that could be it could be good, but doesn't need to be like it does not need to be the norm in video games. All
Right.
video games started tomorrow, started being hard like Elder Ring. I don't know if I would keep on playing video games.
There has to be a balance. You got to have a mix, I think. If you want to make consumers happy, you're going to have those people that want hard out the gate. You're going to have those people that want Cadillac out the gate. You're going to have those people that want to be able to take that one game and choose whether they want to take it easy, hit the middle of the road, or I'm in difficult mode today. And honestly, with the game pool that's out there now, we have that. So why so much, why so much tension about it?
I think it's supposed to be. I hate to say this because I'm part of the problem. I have a feeling. I think it's my opinion. It has a lot to do with streamers, playing those games and like those games being glorified. Like, look at this hard game that I'm playing that you are not, because I'm better than you.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that, but at the same time, I think the other part of the problem is the people sitting on this side of the screen watching that, allowing themselves to think that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I watch you play a game. It's difficult. You're doing pretty good at it. I don't really give a shit if you're playing it on the most difficult. I don't really care. I'm having a good time watching you play it. That doesn't make me want to run out and buy it. Doesn't make me not want to run out and buy it, because I'm one of those people. I'm going to go and look at the game myself and decide that.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people that look at it and they're like, "Oh, well, he's pumping this game up because it's so difficult and he's playing it and I can't play it because I'm not that good." Well, that's your mindset, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowing that in your head. You are. Unless that streamer is sitting there looking at the camera going, "Look at this game. It's super difficult. I'm playing it. You're not. I'm better than you." They didn't do that to you. You did that to you.
Yeah. So there's some streamers that actually are doing that, and I can call no names here, but I'm sure someone if they're watching this podcast right now, they know who I'm talking about. And that is a glorification of it, and like I get it. If I was watching a streamer, which I have, and I see someone challenging themselves, pushing himself, I'm thinking back in my mind, I wonder if I could do that too. Not. Oh, I bet I could be better than them. That's fun. I want to try it. Looks challenging, but I want to try it. Why not? It's like I want to achieve that too.
I get that, but I still feel like saying that to your stream is part of the problem. You know what I mean? If you actually say that to your stream, you're promoting the problem.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I can totally get that. And there are some streamers out there, and of course PvP is one of those things too. It's like, yeah, look at me. I am this rank. I am better than you because I'm this rank. You're not. It's like I've proven in the past that's not true. You have better peripherals, better PC, better mouse and keyboard or controller, better internet. You have all these things to help you out. Back in my day, there was one thing: a console and a controller. There was no better TV. There was better internet, better peripherals. Like you just and of course just time and effort. That was it. Nowadays, there's so much like things out to give you even the minute of a better improvement. Which for the longest time I was playing playing Overwatch on a 70 hertz monitor And it was like playing hard mode in a video game because I was playing on 70 hertz monitor when most people at that time average was we're playing on 120 hertz monitors. I was at a severe disadvantage, yet I still made it to platinum. But if I was on a higher reframe monitor and with a way better mouse, because my mouse was like, I think at the time was like a wired generic laser mouse and a old Logic keyboard. It was a really piece of junk. It was not like I was not playing on the best that I could possibly could. And that wasn't very good because I was sharing internet with my roommates. And it was just not good. And I managed, but if I had that little bit better, I could have been even greater. So it's a very much, I think streamers are, and I'm I'm not really part of the problem. I'm just a streamer, but there are streamers out there that are glorifying hard games, and only hard games are good games, and the only hard games are worth streaming. And I don't think that's true at all.
I don't
But
think that's true at all.
but people are like the mindset is stuck there. It's like if it's not hard, it's not challenging, it's not fun to watch. Like I told
Yeah,
that challenging where it's like getting you one shot killed. Like
Never
beat
did
shit.
Darksiders 3 on apocalyptic ever again.
I
Yeah.
don't blame you.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm not gonna do it after watching you do it. Well, you bullshitting.
I even got like that. I would never do this again ever.
And
I
Elder
promise I would never.
And Elder Screen is an example that people know it's a hard game, so people are streaming it and people are watching it because that mindset. They're almost taught it's that only a hard game can be streamed and be enjoyed to watch. After a while, it can be just like, I don't want to watch it no more. This person's already get their ass kicked so much. And if I see someone beat it, I'm like, good for them. That was fun. But doesn't mean it's a good game.
All right, and just a quick side note to anybody that's watching the podcast that was watching my KOTOR stream, I apologize for not doing it, but it is really, really hard to sit in this chair for 4 hours with stitches where I have them. So that might be delayed until these stitches are gone.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna be wrapping up things though. I hope y'all had a good time. And of course, if you haven't already, Grumpy Bear has already told y'all. I'm gonna tell you myself, as being that I am Grumpy Bear as well. To hit that subscribe button, it is free. Hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. What game to you makes a good game? I'd love to hear that from you. What is your favorite hard game? If that's the one you want to try for, what's your
Shoot for that. We can do anything. Hey, you can go with what's your favorite? What you can ask us what our favorite weapon in a game is. Give us a topic, guys. Put us something down there.
We
Give us
need
something to work with.
topics. I know this Chrome Dome can think of a lot of things, but I actually don't have one for next week until I can think of it or someone gives me an example or things to really. I like it not to be all video game related, but we are gamers, like I said last week, so I can get it. We are all gamers here.
What you got? What you got, Stealthy?
You guys can make wish lists like shit that you would like if you could have the best of whatever it is that you wanted.
What would it be?
Best.
Ooh, that's the best. Okay, so
Whether that be like a gaming console, PC, a chair,
a mouse, a keyboard, anything. She said if we wanted to do, let's narrow it down a little bit because that's a wide field.
It's a very wide field. Like, it's a net.
If you could have anything you wanted for your streaming and gaming setup, what would it be?
Okay. I can think of a couple things.
That's a great topic.
Okay, we could try that. We could try that.
that.
All right. So, if you like to hear that, or if you ever have any topics for future podcasts, be sure to let us know down in the comments below. And please help me out. I'm so close to having. I'll be happy at 90% of my viewers being subscribed and 10% not being subscribed. That'd be great. Hey, and of course, if you want to check any of my other videos, be sure to stick around. I almost have the Smash or Pass video done. I know I promised to have it a little earlier. I'm a terrible editor. I take too long. I'm too particular, and I need to stop doing that. It's Corvo told me before. But I can't help it. It's like I want to make it better, but it's already good. And of course, I'll see you later on. I'll be streaming a new game tonight. I will be playing Have a Nice Death. It's a game that reminds me of Hollow Knight meets like Owlboy, or what's the other game I told you, Stealthy, that remind me of?
games that reminded him of having
and his 9, Ori, and the Blind Forest.
Oh, Ori and the Blind Forest are in his 9. Yeah, that reminds me of those kind of game. It's kind of funny, but it's a challenging game, and it's where I hope I can still beat it. And that'll be going within the hour or soon. I gotta give me some food. And Corvo, you won't be streaming. Stealthy, are you streaming anytime this week?
I'm probably gonna do Nino Kuni soon. I'm not doing Genshin because we're gonna wait until the next patch. And I may be doing Dagger Man. So either one of those 3, unless I get a new game challenge. Do I have any new game challenges other than Nino Kuni?
I don't want to tell you because
That means yes. We will discuss it at a later date. We will not discuss it on here.
All right, so if you want to catch her, she's at twitch.tv/StealthyFJade. Catch me down below at twitch.tv/Grumpy Bear. And I hope I'll see you next time. And as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life.